All right, it's time to finish the board game collection series. I know I said at the end of February, however, the little one got sick for a few weeks, and I don't make excuses when I say first time father, but I honestly do think people who have kids understand how much your scope of life just narrows when your child is not feeling well. And I'm happy to report she's doing a lot better. She's actually, I would say she's completely good. She's over in her playpen smiling at me. Oh, I'll never get tired of that, man. But no, she's doing good. She was sick for a couple weeks, and my main focus was that. I couldn't even focus at work. It kind of put me in a bad spot. So anyway, I don't want to sit on that. She's doing good. Wife is doing good. I'm doing good. We're getting a massive blizzard right now on the second day of March. So that's awesome. Literally, it was 60 degrees for the last 2 days almost. And then we got a massive snowstorm that pushed all the way from the west coast. And we're probably going to get over a foot of snow by the time this thing is done later on this evening. So, what a better way to remind you have to finish something than being snowed in. Part 2, board games. This one is all board games. And again, another reason it took so long is that there's a lot of board games. You might have more board games. That's cool. To me, I feel like this is a lot. And I just realized something. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I just realized there was a huge, startling omission in this. And it'd be a crime to not show it off first. I did a video on it. I'm really happy about that video. How to play Settlers of Catan. Sorry, I just noticed this giant leaning tower of board games is very close to tipping over on me. And yes, me sitting down, this tower is bigger than me. So, had to get this game. And then shortly afterwards, courtesy of GameStop, say what you will, I actually like the fact they're a 50-50 store now because I'm really getting into other various collectibles. And they're always having really good deals on t-shirts and hats. I've probably gotten 3 or 4 hats and probably about 10 shirts. And I don't even think I think I spent less than $20 on everything. And of course, they have board games, and this was on sale, and it is the expansion to Settlers of Catan. I think I mentioned this in the how-to-play video. Again, go back, check it out. I recommend playing this online if you don't want to get the physical version. Both of these, if you get them both online, probably looking at about $50-$60. I personally think it's worth it. The expansion adds 2 more players. I'm trying to make some room here as I'm just aimlessly putting comics somewhere else. So let's put that right there. There we go. So, there we go. Much better. The expansion adds another 2 players. It adds another 11 tiles. I highly recommend that. You're going to need as much space as possible. I actually just found out there's a junior edition, which I was thinking maybe getting for the little one in a couple of years. It's never too early to learn board games. She's going to learn board games before she learns video games. I promise you that much. So let's get into the main thing. Now, I have them all just kind of sitting here as is, except for like the top beginning stack. So there's no, it's the greatest games at the end. No, they're in a kind of a random stack, and I'm just going to go in order, starting with, let's see. Clue Carnival, the case of the missing prizes. This is, I'm guessing, this is more of a travel, very small version of Clue, and it has like a carnival theme to it. It is geared towards kids. I have not played this. I got this at a garage sale for 50 cents, and that was a pretty good bargain. Couldn't have the little kid version without having the main version. That's upside down. Clue. Amazing game. What else can you say about it? If you ever played Clue, get some people together to play Clue. One of the best memories I have of playing Clue was getting together with a group of friends, and we put on like horror movies on in the background while we played like many different games of Clue. And I think we even topped it off with watching the movie Clue while still playing Clue, so it's fun. These next 5 are all Monopoly games. I'm a huge fan of collecting Monopoly games. I get all of mine at the thrift stores. I do not pay top retail value for the special collector's editions, and the main reason is because I think it's crap how much they charge for some of these. Like, the Doctor Who one is an easy $50. Attack on Titan is another $50. I'm pretty sure there's a wrestling one, but I haven't seen it in person. But anyway, these are the ones I do have. I do not have the original one. I find that to be the most boring, and unless I can find it, and I'm probably just gonna buy it brand spanking new. And the other one I don't have that I regret is the Star Wars Episode 1 edition, and the reason why I regret it now is because apparently it had a Darth Maul figure in it that I really liked. And I miss it. Moving on. Okay, starting with the collector's editions. We have a New York Jets collector's edition. Yes, they're my go-to NFL team. They are my favorite team. They will always be my favorite team, even though I get repeatedly disappointed by them year in and year out. So, but I believe that's the legacy players from like the 60s going all the way up to early to mid 90s. And I think even late 90s with some players. Yes, late 90s, early 2000s, because I just noticed Pennington was on the cover. So, good game. They have a ton of these based around people's favorite teams. If you're into football and you can find these, I recommend it. I was able to get, I believe this was a gift. So, now this one I did have to pay a little bit extra for, but that's because of what it goes for. This thing I have seen go for quite a lot of money. $50, $60. And online, I think people are asking really stupid prices for it. I did have to pay $10 for it, and that's totally worth it because this is the Nintendo edition of Monopoly, and everything is included in here. I got that at a Salvation Army. They keep all their board games in the back of their building. This was the only one that was up behind the counter, and I can definitely understand why. The special characters are the Turtle Shell, Mario's hat, DK Barrel, a Nintendo controller, the Hylian Shield, and I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the Iron Boots from Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, or just the boots, but it looks like the Iron Boots. Either way, really cool. $10. Can't go wrong there. Another thing I really was a fan of growing up, and I still am now to this day, is Looney Tunes. So I got the Looney Tunes special edition. This one has a lot of pieces to it. So when I got it from Goodwill, I had to make sure all the pieces were still here. And this was $2. So I wanted to pick it up. I'm a huge fan of original Looney Tunes. And since all the characters are limited edition pewter statues, including my personal favorites being Daffy and Bugs. So, couldn't go wrong there. I will do this one last, I guess. The next one is just a golf edition. I like golf. I like to play golf. I actually like watching golf on TV. Some people don't. I completely understand it. It's not everyone's thing. It's not everyone's thing, and I'm not expecting people to follow me on this. I mean, if you like golf, then this is definitely for you, because a lot of the properties are really popular golf courses. It's golf themed. I don't really know what to say. You either know what it's about or you don't, and I'm not going to sit here and go through it. So figure it out. That was $3. And the last thing I got, this was going to be in a video really soon, but I figured, what the hell? A SpongeBob Monopoly. The box is not in the greatest condition, as you can see. It's crimping everywhere. But the big selling point to this game, and I don't want to open it right now because I am very limited for room. Speaking of that, I'm going to make some room right now. all of the original pieces, properties, and all the different cards and money are all still sealed in the original packaging. I guarantee you, if someone was given that as a Christmas gift, it sat in someone's crawl space or attic or basement or garage, and then spring cleaning came, or actually no, this just came, so this was probably like after the holidays. Kids were told, we're donating stuff, get rid of what you don't want. And I guarantee you this was probably sitting under a bunch of really heavy stuff, never gotten used once. And for $3, it's now mine. So, I definitely plan on buying more Monopolies. Maybe that'll be like a side goal to collect as many Monopolies as possible. I did almost come into a Lord of the Ring Monopoly. However, upon further inspection, I found out that the only characters that were actually in there were a G.I. Joe and a Plastic Ninja. I must have missed those characters in that movie. Might even make them better, in my opinion. What? Someone trashed Lord of the Rings? Oh, snap. The movies suck. They suck. Apples to Apples, classic game. More of a card-based game. Should have been in the last video. I really don't care. I didn't really think about it. This was my wife's game. She picked it up at... That's a Salvation Army tag for $2. This one, Goodwill, still 100% sealed in the plastic. Got it for $3, and that is the Deadliest Catch game. We don't really know too much about it, but me and my wife are huge fans of the show. I can understand why some people are not fans of the show. For a while now, that was all people watched. But for $3, I thought that was a no-brainer. And then also Goodwill, I got something called Exago for $3. This is kind of like Connect 4. In the premise of the game, let me see. Be the first to put four of your hexagonal tiles in a straight line and win. Look at your options, plan ahead, and strategically lay out your tiles. Are you going to block your opponents or set yourself up for the win? You have to play both offense and defense to win this internationally best-selling game. First of all, I've never heard of this game prior to picking it up that day. Secondly, I actually really like this. The way it's set up, the pieces are like bejeweled gems, and the board is this giant hexagon full of much smaller hexagons. And it really is a thinker of a game. So I figured, why not? I love those kind of games. For $3, and apparently wherever this was before was originally $60, marked down to $36, and I picked it up for $3 at Goodwill. It's called Roadkill Rally. Everything is still in the plastic in here. Nothing was taken out. All the pieces are still nestled away in their little spots. Nothing's been removed from the plastic packaging. It looked like a fun game. Maybe I'll get into it one day. I think I got all three of those games in one trip, and I was with my wife, and she was just like, "Let's get them. They look awesome." So that's kind of buying with your gut. I'm noticing that they're getting a lot of games there that are really wacky in nature, but kind of lacking in substance. I mean, yeah, just because the idea is cool. I mean, if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. This next one I was really happy to find, and it has all the pieces. And that is 13 Dead End Drive. The best way to explain this game while I'm tossing the pieces all around in here is this. You have several players you control in the game. Your goal is to be the person that's on the portrait who is also being sought out by everyone else to be killed. It's a game of fate. It's a combination of chess, Clue, a giant murder mystery. You have to survive while also making sure you kill everyone else, so you basically increase your chances of winning. If that doesn't explain it, there are many videos online, the most popular being the one done by James Rolfe during his Board James series. He did a whole episode dedicated to this that explains it, I think, a little bit better. So if you're a little lost, go check it out. This one I actually just got yesterday, and this was the game that I was like, you know what? Now it's time to film part 2, and that is Scrabble, the Collector's Edition. I like Scrabble. My family grew up playing Scrabble. This is actually a pretty dope set. It's in a blue metal tin. All the pieces are in blue wood tile, and the tile holders are solid metal painted to look gold. It's all super fancy. So I figured, why not? For $3, can't go wrong. Got America's Spirit. It's a trivia game based on American history. I love America, and for $3, I thought this would be just neat to have. Let's see if I can answer a question on here. The second most populous city of the two states are located on the shores of Lake Erie. Name one of the states. I totally forgot there's an Ohio and New York. Is there an Ohio and New York? Yeah, I don't know. Looks like I don't know America. For $2 at Good, I get a lot of these at Goodwill. I'm noticing from all the tags. For $2, I got Blockade. This is a $40 game everywhere I go. It's basically Tetris on here, except I believe the premise. Yeah, you can only touch only your pieces. And you keep going until nobody can put any more spots on the board, and you get points based on. I think you get points. You can either get points based on what you have on the board, or you can get them deducted for what you don't have, for what you haven't used, or a combination of the both. It's a lot of fun. Upwards. It's Scrabble, except you get to stack the tiles on top of the words, and you get to do it a maximum of up to 5 times. I have played this so many times with friends and family. It's a huge favorite. A lot of fun. It even gets more fun when you take one letter and you completely change up the word they put down, and then it's like, so you had a word there. My word is better. Speaking, going back to Blockades. Hi. This is kind of similar in that nature. It's called Blockers. And the way this works, I got it for $1, is you have to place a tile that matches the letter, number, or symbol on the board. Be clever, you only get 1 tile of each. So, basically, the board is set with different letters, numbers, and symbols on there, and you basically draw your pieces like you would Scrabble, and your goal is to get rid of all your tiles. This also is a lot of fun. It might take... Whoa boy. We almost had a near fatal catastrophe there. All that goodness nearly fell. I stopped it. We're good. So, anyway. Really fun game. Takes at least 1 playthrough to get through it. This one got at a garage sale for 50 cents. It's called Tago, the mind-twisting game. It's Othello with spinning quadrants. That's it. Haven't played it. For another 50 cents, we got the luxury wooden pieces of Draughts. Oh, okay, I see. It's a combination of different games. You could play Draughts, chess, snakes and ladders, Ludo, Backgammon, bingo, Tiddlywinks. It's a combination of different games. If I see a simple board game, I'm just gonna pick it up, especially if it's 50 cents. Backgammon, don't know why we have it, don't care about it. Well, gotta have this. Gotta have the game of life. I love this game. I played it so many times growing up. There's actually a PC version that I really want to try that looks a lot of fun. So, get the game, play the PC version. For $2, I got a copy of Stratego. Huge fan of this game, played it a lot growing up. It's like Risk. I always want to say it's Risk and Guess Who at the same time, while also like a game of checkers. You basically move your pieces against other pieces, and the piece with the highest point wins, and I believe the bomb is like the one-hit kill of everything. She's getting antsy. Here I got some Chinese checkers. I don't really want to move it too much. These are all marble and absolutely beautiful. Got this for $1. And the last game we have here was a game that was gifted to me from a friend, and that's called Survive Escape from Atlantis. Plays a little like Catan, except you have to worry about sharks, rogue waves, your island's constantly disappearing, all kinds of natural tragedies. It's basically a last person standing survival game, and it's a ton of fun. So, yeah. So that's going to do it. Let me know what you thought about a lot of the games I have there. I am looking for a bunch more. I've been getting great luck at the Goodwill finding board games. Right now on my hit list are King of Tokyo, which I doubt I'm going to find. I doubt I'm going to find it at a thrift store. There's that. Also Ticket to Ride. Not going to find it in a thrift store. But I also need... I'm also looking for Battleship, looking for Risk. I actually am surprised I don't have a version of Candyland. I also don't have a version of Jenga, and I will not be buying a version of Yahtzee because I have enough dice just sitting on my desk to play that at home by myself. So that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much. I hope you liked what you stuck around for, and my goal from now on, try to have at least one video out a week, maybe two, depending on what's going on. Let's plays are going to be very hit and miss. A lot of that is just I'm trying to find the right controller for my setup to use on my PC because I just got Final Fantasy VIII on there, and I'd love to play that for everyone. So that's going to do it, and I will see you later.